Welcome to another reading from the r/scary stories subreddit. 1 Minute Horror Story. Jenny has always been afraid of the dark. She had lost her sight at a young age, and the world had always been a scary place for her. But she had learned to cope, and she had always felt safe as long as she was with her husband. He was her rock, her guide, and she trusted him with all her heart. So when he went away on a business trip, leaving her alone in the house, Jenny was terrified. She had never been alone before, and the thought of it filled her with dread. But she knew that she had to be strong. She was a grown woman and couldn't let her fears get the best of her. So she went about her day, doing all the things she normally did. She cooked meals, cleaned the house, and listened to her audiobooks. And every night when she went to bed, she cuddled up next to her husband's pillow, pretending that he was there with her. It was a strange and unsettling routine, but it gave Jenny comfort. She knew that she was safe, and that was all that mattered. But one night, as she laid in bed, something changed. Jenny felt a presence in the room, a sense of unease that she couldn't shake. She tried to ignore it, telling herself it was just her imagination. But as the minutes ticked by, the feeling grew stronger. Jenny couldn't take it anymore. She reached out and touched her husband's pillow, hoping to feel his familiar warmth. But instead of the soft cotton she expected, she felt something cold and clammy. She recoiled in horror, her heart racing as she realized that she wasn't alone. There was something in the room with her, something evil and malevolent. She could feel its presence, its breath on her neck, and she knew she had to get out. She scrambled out of the bed and ran for the door, her hands outstretched as she tried to find her way. She could hear the thing behind her, its footsteps pounding the floor as it followed her. She stumbled and fell, her hands scraping the floor as she tried to crawl away. She could feel the thing closing in, its hot breath on her neck as it prepared to strike. Just when she thought it was all over, she heard a voice in the darkness. It was her husband, his voice full of concern as he called out to her. Jenny's heart soared with hope. She struggled to her feet and ran towards the sound of his voice, her hands outstretched as she tried to find him. But as she drew closer, she realized that something was wrong. His voice was different, deeper, and more sinister. It was the monster, mimicking her husband's voice in order to lure her in. Jenny froze in terror, her mind racing as she tried to think of a way out. She couldn't let the monster win, not after everything she'd been through. She turned and ran, her feet pounding the floor as she fought to escape. She could hear the monster behind her, its footsteps growing louder and louder as it closed in. She didn't know how much longer she could keep running, but she knew that she had to try. She had to survive, no matter what. But it was too late. The monster was too fast. And before Jenny knew what was happening, it was on top of her. She screamed as it tore into her flesh, its razor-sharp claws slicing through her skin. She fought with all her might, but it was no use. The monster was too strong, and Jenny knew that she was doomed. She closed her eyes, accepting her fate as the monster's claws dug into her flesh. The end. Here are some replies to this story on Reddit. This first one is from a deleted account. This happened 5 years ago. There was a big construction project in our house, so the entire ground was covered with small stones and dirt. We had two bathrooms, one inside the house and one outside. The bathroom inside was still unfinished. One day at 5 a.m., I woke up and had to use the bathroom outside. We had a police dog, so I felt safe, even though I was scared. While I was in the bathroom, I suddenly heard the dog barking, and at the same time, I heard footsteps and the sound of stones breaking, as if a large person was walking. I was very frightened, but I told myself it was my father. I quickly got out and went inside the house. But when I entered, I found my father sleeping in the exact same position as before, as if he had never moved. My whole family was in a deep sleep. To this day, I still don't know who was outside with me. As a person who loves to read, I would love to continue reading these stories out. Um, So if you like for me to continue reading these stories, just drop me a comment down below saying more please or more stories. Or you can email me your stories. I will put my email on the screen right now. I love almost every genre of storytelling. So if you have a story, fiction or nonfiction, I would love to read it. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification, and leave a comment down below.